Hi everybody.
Hey.
We're back for another Wind Down Wednesday. Took a little break last week. I don't know if you guys have ever felt this way before, but I was just in a mood and I was not having it. I was just like, everything was irritating me and I was like, I'll drink some wine, but I'm not going to record myself.
Not sick.
Not sick or anything else. Well, sick and tired. Like that Wanda Sykes clip. I'm sick and tired.
Yeah.
I was just something about last week. I was just completely irritated by everything. But now I'm better, so.
It's a little warm out here, but we'll deal with it.
Yes, we've had a bunch of rain coming through that kind of helped to cool things off later in the day. But now we're back to full sun. Look how beautiful that sky is, though.
I know.
Man, if we could just get a little bit more breeze coming through here, it'd be.
I know the breeze. We need
nicer.
Breeze. Yeah.
I've been going for walks too in the evening after dinner around like 7:45, 8 o'clock. When the sun is going down, there's a little bit of a breeze outside. It actually is tolerable to be out there. So
I went for a walk today.
I did not do anything today. I was being lazy today. I was at work all day long. So.
I work today too, but I take time to work out.
Yes, well, you have the schedule to be able to do that. So, hey, cheers! We're back for another. Hope everybody had a nice Mother's Day weekend.
Yes.
This past weekend. Now I'm getting
Happy Mother's Day.
Inundated by ads for Father's Day stuff.
Father's Day.
Boy, they just keep it going. One
Don't
right
forget
after
your
the
father.
other.
Don't forget your father.
So tonight for you we have an oldie but a goodie. Fieldhouse 301 white wine blend. This is one of my absolute favorite wines from South Cellar. I love this one. And then we have a new one for you tonight, another Fieldhouse wine, but the Zinfandel. So I've actually, I think I had it this weekend when I went out to dinner with my parents.
You had this?
Yeah, brought a bottle with me. I think we had it. No, I take that back. Just kidding. No, we had the Viente Merlot. I don't know, we had this recently for something, because I had 2 bottles of it, now this is my last one. But anyhow, this is new, pretty tasty.
Yep.
And we'll share all the different things that,
turn the music a little bit.
I know you can't hear it, that this goes along with. So, pull up the info.
The Fieldhouse White is really, really good. I mean, as I'm sitting out here, it's a little warm out, but it's chilled.
Yeah.
And it has a little body to it. It has body to it.
Well, so this is a California wine. It is $25 a bottle, and it's described as earthy and creamy. Normally you get that description with a Chardonnay. I think that's one of the reasons why you like it. However, this is actually 96% Sauvignon Blanc and only 4% Chardonnay.
I love it.
I love a good Sauvignon Blanc, and this is not like a real light. This has a lot more like flavor to it. So I know this is one of the ones that we love. So
she never used to like white.
Well, it used to give me terrible headaches, but I don't get a headache when I drink this.
When I first met her, I was like, let's have a bottle of white. She was like, nah, I don't want to do it. I was like, why? We're eating seafood. Let's have white.
I mean, yeah, it would just give me terrible headache. So this is described as earthy and creamy with notes of baked apple, ripe pear, and citrus.
And we've done it before.
I have our little seafood wraps in here. Oh yeah, we've done this plenty of times. You know what actually would be good with this is those glazed croissants. Oh boy.
Don't get us started.
So I do have some pear. Nice and light. This is like wine that goes with everything. A lot of different kind of foods you can pair it with, but it is just a really great
table wine.
Yeah, just for sipping. Come home, pour yourself a glass when you're like decompressing from the day.
Yeah,
Love
excellent. You know, it's funny. I was talking to my son. My son is a professional mixologist in New York City, in Manhattan. And he serves some of the world's finest wines there. I'm talking $300, $400, $500 a bottle. And I was telling him, I was like, son, it doesn't compare. I don't know if it's going to compare, honestly. Some of those, he's like,
those really high end.
We have wines from the 50s and 60s in the wine cellar. I was like,
oh, like from the 1950s and 60s?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And they're $500, $600 a bottle.
Oh.
And he was like, I had a Merlot the other night. It was from 1966. I was like, really? He was like, yeah, how was it? It was good. It was really good. I was like, I bet it tastes earthy, like sour.
Well, if it's stored properly, it should be fine.
Oh, I know they keep them in cold basements. You know what I mean? But it's just.
Pardon me for a second while I
I'm not going to
follow up
spend
my food.
$600 in a bottle of wine, unless. I don't know, unless it was like a really ultra special occasion, but I could spend $60 and get a top shelf Scout and Cellar wine.
Like I said, this is an excellent wine, 25 bucks.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can't go wrong. Most of the store-bought wines now are like that expensive.
Yep, they are. They are that expensive, and it's like, go price them out. Go price out the Chateau Ste. Michelle's. Go price
They're
out
so much better.
the butter. The butter Chardonnay is, I think it's $19.99 or $21.99 now, and you get this rather than that. Come on.
So, a little description about this. What if you blended Dove Hunt Dog Sauvignon Blanc and Gallivant Chardonnay, two of our favorites, into one wine? Fieldhouse 301 white wine would be born. This rich, nutty blend is the ultimate Goldilocks wine for fans of any style of white wine. That's what I said, because it's just a great wine, all-around drinking wine. It's a very limited club exclusive that truly has it all. Fresh fruits, baked apple, spice, and a creamy finish. Creamy finish, too, yeah. So, I don't know why they said that Circle exclusive, because this is available to everybody on the site. This is not a Circle exclusive. Maybe originally
This is one of my
it was.
favorites. It's one of my favorites.
It's not now. Anybody can buy this wine.
Mm-hmm.
Pairs well with roasted chicken, shellfish, and pork chops. Ooh, that would be really good with pork chops.
I got pork roast at the house.
You know, my mom makes a really delicious pork roast, like a pork tenderloin, where she puts, she slices up apples and puts a little bit of like cinnamon and sugar on it.
Yeah.
And the apples bake and get like really soft. Oh my gosh, that with the
pork roast?
yeah, on top of the pork roast. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's one of my kids' favorite dinners that she makes.
You know, Mom used to take baked beans and put a whole thing of baked beans, layer strips of bacon over the baked beans, and then bake that. And then the bacon would get all crispy, and you dig into the baked beans. That was good. You like baked beans, don't you?
My mom makes really good baked beans.
She does make good baked beans. She makes, like, well, they're not homemade, are they?
Well, she starts with a can, but she doctors them up.
Like Bush's baked bean.
And then she adds the Bradley's sausage.
Oh, yeah.
Not bacon, but sausage.
From Tallahassee. Yep. That's
Bradley's Country Store.
That's a little store, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you go in there and buy sausage.
Oh yeah, you can buy all kinds of things in there.
They have tons of smoked
But they make
sausage.
their homemade sausage, yeah.
So there's smoker out back.
Oh yeah.
You can smell smoke when you pull
There's a
up.
lot of people that go and get the sausage dogs, like a hot dog, but it's made with their sausage.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Oof. Every time I eat that, I have gastric disturbances. It's so good though.
But sometimes I get heartburn.
When I would grill them, they were so fatty that would start a fire. The fat would drip down into the flames. And fire would come up from the grill. And it's like, but they're so good though. It's like, I wish we had a couple we could slice them up right
I know.
now. They're so smoky.
Nobody's made a trip up to Tallahassee in a while. So, I'll always love it with the seafood wrap. Any kind of seafood that you would go well with this, because even though it's a Sauvignon Blanc, it does have that like creaminess and kind of like just smooth finish to
Excellent wine. Excellent white wine. Off the charts.
Any kind of seafood
Yep.
that you pair with. So the soil to sip report for this wine, sourced from vines ranging from 6 to 40 years in age along the California coast, meeting the clean, crafty commitment. Fruit was picked at night by hand and by machine. Night picking allows for freshness to be maintained naturally. Fermented in stainless steel vats by individual vineyard for 14 to 22 days, no malolactic fermentation. Aged in stainless steel with a small percentage aged in neutral French oak for 6 months before blending and bottling.
That's where the flavor comes from.
Yeah, that's what gives it a little bit bolder flavor.
That's where you're getting that flavor from. Excellent wine.
So, the ingredients for this wine are grapes, yeast, tartaric acid, and sulfites. It's 108 calories per 5-ounce serving. It is considered what they call a zero sugar wine. It refers to foods or beverages that contain less than 0.5 grams of sugar per serving. And there's never any added sugar. This is just, what they classify as sugar.
And it's not an ultra light colored.
No, it's definitely a little more like yellow.
Yes. Excellent.
So it is 12.5% alcohol, 1.4 grams per liter of residual sugar, and 7 to 9 parts per milliliter of sulfites.
I'm not a huge white wine guy, but this is definitely one of my favorites. Absolutely.
Love it with the caramelized onion jack cheese. Yeah, and what about,
Carrot.
what have you tried it with?
Everything except that.
Well, that's for the red.
So, on the way over here, I was thinking, I was playing rock and roll in the truck. And I was thinking, you start a band and play like REO Speedwagon, Depeche Mode, like Enjoy the Silence.
I know you don't hear that very often anymore. You know what's really sad though?
What?
When you're going shopping in Publix now at the grocery store, and you're hearing like these songs being played, or even songs from like the early 2000s. And it used to be like Publix always played like, you know, sort of the oldies kind of music, and now you're hearing those songs and you're like, wait, what?
I'm hearing Janet Jackson. I'm hearing like
Beyonce
in Publix, and you're walking down the aisle.
You're like, okay, all right.
Like, yeah, this is cool.
I mean, I like this music, but I didn't expect to hear it in Publix.
And it's weird because I know one of the, he used to be a manager at Publix, and he told me the managers control the channels.
Oh, do they? They
Yes,
get to pick?
They can pick, and it could be a 90s mix, could be an 80s mix. It's usually a serious with no commercials or talk. So they pay for that. They pay for that commercial feed, and it's like, okay, we want 80s, 90s mix. And then it's like soft rock.
Yeah, yacht rock. I love when they play yacht rock.
Yeah, sometimes they don't do that much in my store.
No.
But it's like you're walking along and you hear Ludacris or Usher. You're like, oh shit.
I love hearing Christopher Cross and a little what a fool believes. Doobie Brothers.
Doobie Brothers. You know the Doobies?
Love it.
You know they smoke.
I love to hear that music when I'm shopping in Publix. Sometimes I start singing along and my kids are like, Mom, stop.
Yes. And my kids know every word to those songs, so it doesn't matter.
My kids do too. But they just don't like it when I sing it in public. Okay, so a fun little did you know fact before we move on. Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay are two of the world's most popular wines. But they are white wines, but they are rarely blended together. Typically, wineries that make a lot of Chardonnay will add acid to their wines, or Sauvignon Blanc producers will use other tricks to make their wine rounder, like bolder.
Right, they'll add additives to it.
Our winemaker blends these two grapes together to make the complete wine.
Right.
So they achieve that flavor just by putting that particular percentage of the Sauvignon Blanc and the Chardonnay together. Absolutely delicious.
Excellent blend.
10 out of 10. My favorite white wine.
Definitely. It's definitely, in my opinion, this is like a 9 for whites. 9.5 for whites, because it could be a 10.
That's my favorite.
It could be a 10. Honestly, I could honestly say it's a 10, because if I'm talking about straight up white wine right now, if you said to me, order a bottle of white, we're sitting down, we're gonna chill out, it's 5 o'clock on a Tuesday, Wednesday night.
This is it.
This is it. Definitely. Not bubbly, not Riesling, this.
I'm just cleansing my palate really fast before we switch to the red.
This is a Union of the Snake. Play rock and roll.
Yeah.
Duran Duran, rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
You need drums. You have a couple of girls behind you with tambourines, singing, bass. Bring the house down.
Well, you're talking like a full-on band.
I've got 3 sons. They all play instruments. They're all prodigies.
All right, so we are moving on. Look, it's kind of light for a.
Well, you're going aggressive, aren't you?
For a Zinfandel. Well, we finished the video before we finish our glass. That's fine.
Okay.
We can
You can go aggressive.
It's Wednesday. This is my one like luxury of the week.
She's been stressed.
It's just a crazy time of the year at school. Trying to wrap everything up and go through all kinds of testing and everything. It's just, ugh.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay, so this is the 2023 vintage of the Fieldhouse wines. Is that you automatically get, I think it's 20% off. Yeah, 20% off for the first 60 days that it's introduced on the website. So this is normally $27 a bottle, but right now, you can get it for $21.60.
What?
Yeah. So if you're in the Scout Circle, in the club.
This is like in the 30s.
No, if you're in the Scout Circle, you're a club member. This is a new wine. So any new wine that they introduce under the Scout Circle Club, you get 20% off in the first 60 days. So I will be adding more of this to my collection.
That's good.
Oh, good. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you. So this is 95% Zinfandel and 5% Petite Sirah. Just a small blend. Again, typically to achieve a particular taste that they were looking for.
You know what I was thinking?
What?
Maybe next week,
Yeah.
have an entire tray of stuffed shells. We could take some of that and do the video of it.
Oh, yes.
In the freezer.
I'm sure I have something in there that would go with Italian.
Mmm.
So.
I made stuffed shells for Mother's Day, for all the mothers.
Yes, and for your mom and her husband's anniversary.
Yep.
Did she say 6 years?
No.
Was it 6 for them?
No, they've been together 9.
No, I don't think she said 9. No. No, I think they've been married for 6 years.
Oh, 6 years. Okay, yeah, they've been married 6 years. But I made it. I slaved on a Friday night. I didn't go out and do anything.
It doesn't seem like it's that big of a
It's
deal,
not
but
slaving.
it's lots of steps.
It's lots of steps, but I'm going to tell you right now. I should have put the videos on our channel. I should have put the little clips on our channel.
Mm-hmm.
But I made it for her mother, for my mother, for everybody.
Yes.
And they absolutely loved
It
it.
was delicious.
You had seconds.
I did, and I didn't have to cook or clean. So that's even better.
And I have a whole tray in the freezer.
Yes. So, fruity and bold with notes of juicy cherry, bright red fruit,
It is cherry.
and touches of exotic spice. Exotic spice. You know
It
what I
is
think of
spicy.
when they say exotic spice?
What?
Sade. The singer.
She is exotic.
She is exotic. I've been listening to her a little bit lately.
She's
Like
exotic.
I hear all these songs and I'm like, man, this is just like great little like grooving in the background music.
Yes. She's awesome.
We gotta, if she ever comes out on tour again, we gotta definitely get tickets.
She was a one of a kind. And there's a lot of musicians.
I haven't heard anybody else like her.
You know, there's nobody like her. I mean, you've got I'm trying to think of anybody who's close to her, honestly.
She's like in the genre, I think they call it like bossa nova, with the way that the
Very
jazzier,
sensual,
like,
jazzy.
music plays. Yeah. Anyhow, I digress. A club exclusive wine that has built an incredible following over the last couple of releases. The Fieldhouse 301 Zinfandel combines I saw that.
What?
You with the food on the ground.
No, I dropped it off my fork.
Yeah. 2 distinctive styles, fruit forward and effortlessly firm. Juicy fruit balanced with a dry finish and firm tannins to make this the Goldilocks of Zins.
Okay, so if you're looking at it through the sun, it's not a really deep dark red.
No, it's not.
But it's dark enough and has enough body where you would think it's on the Merlot level, not quite the Sauvignon, the Cabernet level, but Merlot level, but it's below the Merlot.
Now this is interesting. After having it following the white wine and the other stuff, this is coming across to me as like dry. No, not peppery, just dry.
Try this
on the
one.
palate. When I had this the other night, not dry. It was just more like fruity, not dry.
Really?
So it's interesting. I'm not quite sure what from here is changing my palate now to make it like definitely. No, not yet. I had a strawberry with it. Delicious, absolutely delicious.
So you had this with steak the other night?
I don't remember what I had it with. I cannot remember when I had this and what I had it with, but I know I had a bottle of this recently.
Well,
anyhow,
I can tell you it's excellent. It's not mind blowing, but it's excellent.
it's a really great Zinfandel though.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of Zinfandels
Me
because
too.
it has like that fruity kind of flavor
I love
to it.
I love peppery Zinfandel.
And usually they're like pretty bold. This is very light in color, but it does have that bold taste to it.
And there was, I think maybe it's because of the specific fruit forwardness of it, but it's like bam. To me, it's like bam, a little peppery with carrots, with cheeses, with the different meats. A little peppery, but it's got that body, but not too much for a red. It's not the finish of a Merlot or a Cab is more silky and strong on you. Not this one doesn't feel like that. This one's strong on the front and then goes down dry. That's the way I could describe it.
Okay.
I'm giving you my best impression.
It's a very good description. I had some of the smoky Gouda, but I think maybe I had this with barbecue the other night because it says on here pairs well with barbecue.
That would be awesome.
Outside gatherings and Chinese takeout. This definitely is a wine that would go really good with barbecue.
I was thinking about ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Like putting a platter of ribs on the grill, let them simmer for an hour or so, in barbecue sauce, and they fall apart off the bone. You drink this with
I
it.
have some ribs coming from my Wild Pastures order.
Oh, I got it before Mom goes home. I have to do the frog leg night.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do deep fried frog
Well, it's gonna
leg.
have to be this weekend because they're leaving on the 20th.
I'll invite my kids. They can come down for deep fried frog legs. I have like 5 or 6 or 7 pounds of frog legs, and I'm gonna make deep fried frog legs.
I mean, they're if you've never had frog legs before, I know some people might be like, ooh, that's gross. No, they actually, I mean, it tastes like chicken. It's like chicken wings.
They're good.
They are very good. I just had it with the smoky Gouda with this wine. It's not quite as dry on the palate. The wine's not quite as dry.
I'm trying to cleanse the palate with cracker, but
Oh, you're spraying cracker everywhere.
maybe your daughter will come with her boyfriend and eat frog legs.
Maybe. I'm sure he would like frog legs.
I'll bet he would, wouldn't he?
She'd probably turn her nose up to it, but if he eats it, maybe she'll eat it.
You offer it to him, he'd be like, deep fried frog leg?
I know, he might. He might actually be a fan. So, okay, so we talked about any new Scout Circle exclusive wine that comes out on the website. If you're a member of the Scout Circle, you can order that wine within the first 60 days for 20% off. So this is one of those wines. The Soil Sip Report. This is sourced from 2 long-standing growers in California, utilizing vines planted up to 80 years ago. Up to 80 years ago. Holy cow. Hand-harvested fruit is carefully selected for the ripest, healthiest berries, then fermented individually in stainless steel tanks to preserve purity and character. The wine was aged only briefly in stainless steel before bottling in lighter weight glass and with sustainability and recycled cork.
Sustainability.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna say something. I have San Marzano tomato seeds from Sicily that I bought online years ago. And I gotta tell you, I paid a premium for those seeds, remember that?
Yeah.
And those seeds came from Sicily, and I planted them. My mother planted them. My mother struck gold. Her mother didn't strike anything, I didn't strike anything.
Mm-mm.
My mom, she had hundreds and hundreds, bushels of tomatoes. I mean, it just kept going and going and going. And they look like plum tomatoes, but they're San Marzano. I have a whole bag. I gotta boil them tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's what I'm doing. I'm gonna flash boil them and get them to be stewed, and then just dice them up and throw them in a jar.
Okay.
But those tomatoes make the best sauce. You know?
I'm going to interject. After having it with the beef with broccoli,
What do you think?
this wine definitely tastes more peppery.
I told you.
Which normally I don't like, but with the spices of this is just like beef. It's ground beef and ground pork, actually.
I love that.
That's cooked in teriyaki sauce with some steamed broccoli, and then I have like some basmati rice in there. Those particular flavors with this wine, it completely changes the flavor profile of the wine.
You're giving me ideas.
But it's delicious.
Because I'm a professional chef. I truly...
I don't normally like the peppery, but I don't mind it when I'm having it with...
What was the peppery
this
one?
food.
Like, was it that petite, that...
the Middle Jane Pinot Noir.
That one was really ultra peppery.
That was, when I first started Scout and Cellar, that was one of my absolute
And we've got a
favorite
bottle
wines.
right in there right now.
But something happened in the way that they grow the grapes and in the
It's
soil
like the tango
and
tango.
the sun, the rain. Something happened. And then
2020 happened.
The grapes, and that is the 2020 vintage. The grapes
COVID.
took on more of this peppery taste to it. And Pinot Noir for me should be nice, light, fruity, not peppery. And that just was not my jam anymore. I loved it. I was so excited. They came out with a new vintage, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep, because it went off the site for a while. We had to wait for new wine to be produced. And then when the new vintage came out, I was like, oh, no.
You play Genesis, taking it all too hard. Taking it all too hard.
Yes, I know, life, we're just taking it all too hard. Okay, so the ingredients for this wine are grapes, yeast, malolactobacteria, and sulfites. This is 118 calories per 5-ounce serving, slightly higher in calories than most of the clean crafted wines. It's 14.5% alcohol. The other one was 12.5%.
Yeah.
And this is
Where's it from?
California. 0.37 grams per liter of residual sugar, and this actually has more sulfites, 86 parts per milliliter of sulfites. That only had like 70 something, I think.
Where are you from? California. Figures. Remember? Figures. No, I told her today my bucket list. I want to go and explore Northern California.
It's a really great wine
I
up there.
want to go to Willamette Valley.
Willamette.
And I want to go to Oregon. I want to take her to Oregon and through the hills of Washington. Would
Yes.
you do that, please?
Yes, we can. Now, I have been to like Northern California.
I want to go explore the vineyards.
Oh my God, the redwood forest, beautiful.
I want to do that.
Yes.
I really do. That's on my bucket list. I want to go to Montana and Wyoming. Maybe buy a property there. Idaho. I would love to go all through. I'd show you Boise. You've never been to Boise.
I have not, but yeah, if you love Wyoming and Montana, Idaho is supposed to be spectacular too.
Boise, you would love Boise, Idaho. It's a beautiful city. I've been there before. I went to a convention. I spent
My
3
cousin
nights.
Taylor's wife, Lindsay, is from Idaho.
Boise is a beautiful city. You guys ever get a chance, go to Boise. Clean, safe. They rent bikes. You can rent bikes and drive right all over the city. You stop in little cafes, have lunch.
You can do that in Charlotte too, North Carolina.
And you rent bikes. Charlotte's kind of a hellhole. But, I mean, the bigger cities, I've tried
No, it's
before.
not.
I like smaller cities, you know what I mean? Although Syracuse is kind of a shithole, but it is.
The actual city itself.
Syracuse is a
I
shithole.
don't think I want to ride a bike in Syracuse.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Syracuse is like the Bronx. The Cars. I know tonight she comes. Rick Ocasek was a sexual person, wasn't he?
Yes. As demonstrated by their album covers.
He married a supermodel.
Shocker. A rocker of the 80s married a supermodel.
The Cars, one of the greatest bands ever. I would say top 10 on my list. Top 10. And my top 10 list is squished pretty tight for rock and roll, because I love rock and roll, but top 10, The Cars.
Okay, just to interject real fast.
What?
The Italian and like herb crusted cheese, whatever kind of cheese that is,
Yeah.
with this wine, goes really good. Not something I expected to go well, but I was just like, oh, which cheese haven't I not had tonight? So I tried that one. It's actually really good. I do have some chocolate over there if you want to try it, but it's kind of warm outside. I'm afraid if I open it, it's going to melt all over my fingers.
Maybe
so,
later from the
yeah,
freezer.
I'll wait. I'll have some more strawberries though. But so.
No, I will tell you that.
Oh, love bug season.
You know, Mom said to me, Mom is down here much later than she's ever been.
Yes.
Okay, because of the bird situation.
They normally don't stay this late.
The bird, okay, so they own 2 parrots. They don't own them anymore. I know if you're watching, Mom. I know Gavin and Nixie are watching. Hey, Nixie.
Hi.
Nixie. It's Grandpa. Hi. Canada has changed its laws and rules regarding bringing birds back into the country. So they drive the birds normally for the last 10 years, right, back and forth between the countries.
Across the border.
Across the border. Canada now, it's like $3,800 or $3,900 for them for a license to get them over the border back into Canada again. And they just don't have it. I mean...
Well, it's just stupid to pay that much money
you know,
to bring the birds back and forth. Now, and theoretically, they could have left them here, and like we could have gone and checked in on them and whatever. But it's not a very nice life to be. Oh, definitely not here. No.
Put them in cages back here.
The birds choose to use colorful language,
They go,
which I don't think my neighbors would appreciate.
What the fuck, Anna?
They're very entertaining. They're very nice birds, but right.
They're like, oh, ho, 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 ho.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking asshole.
But I mean, it's not a very nice life for the birds to be there predominantly with nobody else around.
Didn't the parents got for it?
Oh my God.
Your mother would baby, it's like a Sparky dog.
Well, when they go to Big Canoe in North Georgia, my aunt and uncle, my dad's brother, they bring their dog with them.
Speaking of dogs.
So my parents, if they had a dog, they could bring their dog with them. But
you guys hear that dog?
You
all hear that
choose
dog?
not to. In the background, his neighbor's dog. My dog's not barking at all. She's just like, oh, who's gonna give me more food? Oh, she does bark. Whenever you or my son try to come over and mess with me, she barks. Oh, she doesn't care right now. She's puffing because it's hot outside and she wants food.
I need a spray bottle to spray her. And my cat begs. She begs relentlessly. If we were at my house, she'd be begging. The
They
cat
all
would be
beg.
sitting right there. The two of them would sit there like this. They'd just be staring at us.
Right, waiting for something to drop on the floor. And you drop things on the floor.
I do on purpose.
I know.
I do.
So, okay, so that's all we have for you guys tonight. Let us
all
know if
she
you have
wrote.
any questions about anything. There's lots of new wines that are popping up on the Scout and Cellar site. I will be placing an order soon, so hopefully we will have that in the next video or two to share with you guys our opinion about those wines. Can't wait to try some more new stuff.
I can't wait to do new stuff again.
I know. It's been a little while.
This Zinfandel, I would give it an 8.
Okay, I think I would agree with that.
It's not orgasmic, 8.5, 9.
And again, I remember liking it more when I had it with whatever else it was. It didn't come across so dry. It's something about like this and the other stuff that we had before I switched
Would
to
you have
this
it with
wine.
stuffed shells or no?
The Italian herb crusted cheese that we had here, it tasted really good, so I probably would.
A little ricotta in the whole
Yeah,
milk.
I think I probably would.
Well, that's an idea for another night. But here's the deal though, the white, we both agree 9.5, 10. This is like, we've never done that before. We've never done that before. This one definitely, throw it back in the fridge a little bit, get it chilled, maybe to 60, 55, 60. Perfect wine.
Oh my gosh, there's a fly over here.
I know, and then they'll lay the maggots into the food.
No!
They lay eggs into the food and maggots.
Alright, so we have to wrap it up.
Yes. So I will tell you what, we're going to produce the video and like, comment, and share, please, for us. Go on down below, leave a comment, say something, and I'll respond, or she will respond.
Something appropriate,
Yeah,
please.
don't say anything.
About the wine, that would be really helpful.
Right. Don't say anything about my muscles. Don't say anything about my body. No. Or her body.
No.
No. But just talk about wine, your wine experiences.
Yes.
Tell us if you've been to Northern California, have you been to Oregon, have you been to Washington? How about New York State?
Any great vineyards you know of?
Go ahead and comment. We'd love to have it on there and we'll talk about it. We might include you, we might mention you in the next video.
Yeah.
So anyways, have a good Wednesday night and have a good rest of your week.
Alright, bye everybody.
See you later.